Students will also click in the address bar and type in classroom.google.com. They will enter their user ID just as with the teacher the first time that they sign on. They're going to have to accept the terms and create their own password. And now they will be at the Google Classroom screen. They will say that they're a student. Then the student will click the plus sign to join their first class. The student will type in your classroom code, in this case U015ET, to join the classroom. Their screen looks very similar to the teacher's screen. We're going to skip the tour. They also have a stream, but on their screen it just simply says, is there any work due yet? They can click and see who the classmates are in the class. Roberto Lopez is the first one to join, and they'll be able to see your About page. So here is the teacher, the class title, the information about the class, the room number, and the geometry syllabus. That is a Google Doc. This is a document that is view only. They do not have the same options that the teacher did in editing the document. So now we're going to sign out as Roberto, and we're going to sign in as a second student so that we have the ability to see what it looks like as a teacher. So now I'm going to be back in my classroom as a teacher. And so we have the stream page looking the same, the About page looking the same, but when we go to the students page, we now have our two students, Roberto Lopez and Sharon Sullivan. The little envelope here, I would be able to click on that and send that student a Gmail message if that student has that option turned on within the Google Apps for Education. Also, I can click on a student and give some actions for removing the student from the class, sending an email in a separate way as opposed to using this little envelope picture, or mute the student if they need to be put in a penalty box and learn a little bit more about how they are allowed or not allowed to interact within our space. If I sign in as one of the students, she only has one classroom. Here we are at the stream. She has a plus sign just like we do as a teacher, but as a student her only option is to be able to create a post. And again, as with anything else, the student can attach a file, add something from Google Drive, add a YouTube video, or add a link to another website, and I will post that. Since the student was given that ability by the teacher, it gets added, everybody sees it automatically. Now his stream is no longer empty. We have Sharon Sullivan's post. The time it was posted. Is anyone interested in starting a geometry homework club in library and school after Tuesdays? And Roberto can reply. And as a teacher, we now see that Sharon Sullivan posted, is anyone interested in starting a geometry homework club in the library after school? And Roberto replying that yes, he can stay every Tuesday until 5:30. You'll notice that there are 3 dots on the right side of this post. You could move it to the top of the stream if there was a lot going on. You could delete it if you felt it was inappropriate, or you could mute Sharon, not allowing her at this moment to do the postings. And the same thing, you could delete Roberto's response and you can mute Roberto.